my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Hey guys, good morning. Well, I wish it was good morning. Woke up with a massive headache. 3 days of headache. Might be the drastic weather change outside. Super cold, rain and snow. I only had 2 beers last night. And I slept 8 hours. So it's almost gone. Been up for about an hour. We're here with part 2 of the Twilight and the poop patch. This is the unit part of the update. So they said it was 40 pages. I'm not sure what 40 pages here, but on my Quad HD resolution here does look like 10 pages. Yeah, it's been the drastic change of weather in the last 3 days. Been having headache every day. Okay, let's start reading. And wait for the K quiz for the right time. It's like, don't play a K quiz on some random shit. Don't be a Phil Weird man. Okay, this is the unit balance changes part of the Twilight and the Twist in the Twilight update. So part 2 of the review. For the Beastmen, start with the Beastmen on top, huh? I guess they go alphabetical order. Hold on. Declined! I reject your shekel, sir. Next one is a timeout. Okay. Additional hit points changed. So the Razagor chariot for the Beast Lord, so for the Lord on the chariot, got increased by about 250. Multiplayer change. Doesn't matter at all, really. So small buff to the Beast Lord on the chariot. People use Beast Lords on the chariots in the Beastman campaign. Must be if you go over 3 lords, huh? Kazakh the One Eye, his chariot. He got also a buff, about 240 health. It looks like it's same. So 240 health, and the better part, melee splash attack max attacks changed from 4 to 6. Kazrak was already a mass murderer with his stats, but now they increase the amount of attacks on his chariot. This is a Kazakh chariot and a bunch of trash orcs, biggins and boys. So he was hitting only 4 targets here every time. With the new update, apparently it's gonna be 6 targets. So it can hit up to 6 targets instead of up to 4. Kazakh is one of those lords which is fun to build up strong as possible and have, you know, like various, you know, battles where he's just, you know, has the main role. So let's see what it has for Bretonia here. Oh, look at this. Beastmen have 2 changes, while Bretonia has a wall of text. You know, just like nothing has changed, it seems. Bretonia has a Barded Warhorse character mount, so the armor horses must buffed by 30%. They only had massive those armored horses. We're gonna ignore all the cost lines because this is just multiplayer. The cost really is irrelevant. This is just strictly multiplayer stuff. Foot Squires, oh, after all those nerfs, we got, what is this? Melee attack changed from 25-26, oh my fucking god. +1 melee attack, here we go boys, +1 and -1. This is the story of the this company. Charge bonus changed from 22 to 18, so they mean a worse in charge. Melee defense changed from 20 to 24. Getting 4 more melee defense is significant. That's some of the worst melee defense in the game. This is definitely a buff for the foot squares, how you pretty much are gonna use them if you're gonna use them. This is a massive buff for the foot squares and the garrisons, because the charge doesn't matter, and getting 1 more attack and 4 more defense in the garrisons and foot squares will help. Mount the Yeoman got +2 leadership, +2 charge bonus. What? Mount the Yeoman has 30 charge bonus? Those peasants on those light horses? Get out of here. Base weapon damage changed from 18 to 20, armor piercing weapon damage changed from 4 to 6. So they gave them 2 leadership, 2 charge bonus, and 2 more damage. 4 more damage, 2 regular, 2 AP. Huh. This is actually a noticeable boost to the Mount Yeoman, but who uses Mount Yeoman in a single player? This is multiplayer stuff. You can pretty much recruit your first horses to be Knights Errant or above. The Mount Yeoman archers also got a small buff to leadership and 1 buff to hit points. So the archers got +1 leadership and +1 hit points. So they get +60 more health. Since there are 60 models, so they get +60 health. Good thing they are wasting their simulation time on the good things, right? Wardens of Montfort, this is the Regiment of Renown, also got 1 leadership and 1 hit points. Damsel on a Warhorse, here we go. Here we go, oh brother. So, a lady in a dress on a horse that can't fight, charge bonus changed from 35 to 30. They nerfed her charge. Okay. Somebody must have been abusing cycle charge with this strong hero fighter on the battlefield. Damsel on a Barded Warhorse. Hold on, but Damsel still have Barded Warhorses? Didn't they remove that? Okay. Same shit. Damsel Unicorn. Charge bonus changed from 4 to 50. More defense. Walk speed changed from 2 to 1.9. It's slower to walk, but it runs faster. Huh? So this is a detailed speed information. Instead of saying the speed changes the unit, they are telling us about things that we cannot see. Stuff like walk speed, run speed, acceleration, charge speed. This information is not available to us in the game. But does look like some StarCraft 2 balancing. Okay. Svein Chandler's on foot, got 4 more melee attack, but lost 8 defense. Oh my god. She must be very good in multiplayer. Finn Chantress on her mount got 4 more melee attack. Why didn't they just name this multiplayer balance? I don't know. Okay, Locker fell hard. Melee attack changed from 65 to 60. They nerfed his attack. He has massive attack. He's very effective at attacking, so now he lost 5 attack. He got 5 charge, he got 5 defense. Better get 5 more defense than 5 attack, so this is a good change. Melee bonus even change from 25 to 30. Okay. So melee special attack, max attack change from 4 to 8. What the fuck? This is massive. 4 to 8? What are they drinking? So you're telling me that guy with those 2 swords gonna have more splash than the Kazakh on a chariot? So this is Kazakh, the one eye on his chariot, and then he has 6 splash attack, while Lokir got 4 to 8. This is a big buff to Lokir Felhart. Big buff. He's already have pretty good fighter stats, but this is huge. They give 50% to Kazakh, but they double it on Lokir. On his mount, the dragon, he has 4 more melee attack and 4 less melee defense. So telling me he's gonna be hitting twice as many targets already on foot, and the dragon is the same formation. Because this seems like what the fuck? This is double the amount of targets he can hit. This is actually what I was saying there, since the scaling. This is basically, this makes sense if they're more on Ultra. This is a very good thing playing on Ultra, while on large scale this might be overpowered. Because some of the lords were not effective at killing on Ultra. Like Lokin on foot, Vlad on foot, Sigurd on foot. They're just too slow at killing. It's not like they don't have stats, so they're not strong. They're just not very effective at killing a lot of stuff. So by this guy having 4 more targets on the splash attack makes him a better melee expert. So it's not just good at dueling, but it's good at killing a lot of infantry. But why wouldn't the splash attacking not carry on the mount? It's a fucking dragon. You can hit 10 times as much as the infantry in a single hit. Because this doesn't make no sense. Kazakh on a chariot can see 6 targets, and Lokir on foot can hit 8. How do you justify this? I guess Kazakh will hit those 6 much harder.
¡Tú! ¡Hágase una mamá con triple paella!
What you laughing at? No, stuff like this, they don't state it, but it should work on the dragon as well. Because it says here Locker Felhard, doesn't say anything else. Dragon probably already had this many targets. I'm fairly sure the dragon already had this many targets. Because think about it, it's a dragon. The dragon was, it probably can hit this many targets anyways. So they made him attack as many targets as the dragon while on foot. Stuff like this is pretty good change, pretty good buff to those lords which are just not fast enough to be effective in battle, like Locker on foot. So the dragon does probably had 8 targets already before, so they just made him much stronger on foot. This is just basically locking on foot to get much stronger. Maybe they want him to be an option multiplayer instead of on dragon always. On single player, you're always gonna put him on dragon, right? It's a no-brain. Malus Darkblade as Zarkan. Zarkan form damage amount changed from 45 to 9. Huh? Zarkan form damage changed from 0.5 to 1. Means on average minus 6% the amount of damage caused by Zarkan form. So they a huge buff to Zarkan is gonna be taking much less damage. This first one so the demon form is gonna be dying slower. It's the self damage. The cold one chariot mounts run speed change from 6.6 to 6.8. Empty mass change from that's actually massive for the character mounts, but it's just one guy. One guy against the cavalry unit. So this is another buff to Malus, because he's pretty much gonna be the only one using this for the most part. Sometimes a sorceress will use a cold one mount because this gets toughness and some damage. Kron Helebron on foot gets 2 more defense and causes fear now. Kron Helebron on Dark Steed, also 2 more defense, more mass, and also fear. Kron Helebron on her Cauldron of Blood, 4 more melee attack, and 90 more damage. It's actually a massive buff to Kron. She's gonna be way deadly with this shit. So it looks like they buffed the Columns of Blood. They were already slaughtering infantry. Dead Hag on a Cauldron of Blood. Got 2 more melee attack, 1 more melee defense. Lost some base weapon damage, but gained armor-piercing weapon damage. Column of Blood is a chariot type unit, so having more armor-piercing damage than regular damage is significant. Because it was struggling to kill armored units. Another Kekwi. Can you imagine requesting something on the channel and then, you know, wondering if it happened? And then do it another one just because you're not sure? So more mass for the Sorcerer and Dark Steed. More mass for the Sorcerer and Supreme Sorcerer and Dark Steed. The sorceresses, sometimes you get them on cold one, so they get some armor, because they easily can die. A Supreme Sorceress should also be considered on a cold one, because it gets some armor and speed, so it doesn't die easily. Or you can just, you know, wait and get a dragon later. But I think it's recommended to get a cold one on a Sorceress and a Supreme Sorceress. Even if it's gonna cost you one skill in the Lord, because it's not guaranteed you're gonna get rank 20 without, you know, her having a high chance of getting killed. These are units that can get killed very fast. Forget about it for 3 seconds and bam, dead. Supreme Sorceress and Black Dragons. So it looks like the Black Dragons got changed. They got more attack and less defense. So there's more mass on the Dark Steeds across the table. The Red Lord has 4 more attack on and 4 less defense. Malekith has 4 attack and 4 less defense. So it looks like they made the Dark Elves do more attack and less defense. Even the regular Black Dragon has more attack and less defense. This is a good thing. I think the Dragon's getting more attack at the cost of defense. It's a good thing, because the Dragon will drop from the sky into the units and it's gonna hit for a lot of damage. And you should not be sending a Dragon in a fight where it's gonna take a lot of melee damage unless you're desperate. Dragon will get hit enemy because they're so big. Yeah, well, this is true for range, but melee defense does help. Just use a Star Dragon with max melee defense, you will see, because they can have over 80 melee defense. All Manticore mounts melee weapon length change from 4 to 6, so they can attack at a shorter range. From what I understand from this. Well, you can see it from different ways, sure. So our multiplayer Magatama here, tells you how it's supposed to do. You spin it with a cavalry and then you kill it with another cavalry unit, because you're gonna have so much cavalry in your army. But pretty much more attack on Dragon means Dragon will just do more damage if used right. Or melee defense doesn't matter that much. Attack is better than defense on the Dragon. Melee attack changed from 39 to 40 called 1 Dread Knights. Additional hit points, oh my god. Oh my god, are they finally listening to this shit? We finally got more health on the cold ones. $18 more health. That is huge. How long have you been crying about the health on these units? So cold one Dread Knights has additional 864 health. That is significant. It's a very good start, because this cavalry does not have enough health for their tier. They had under 6,000 health for a tier 5 unit. That's actually something we were hoping for to happen. So the cold one Dread Knights got improved. 1 more attack, plus 1 attack, the usual stuff. But the health change is significant. Okay. The Knights of the Evil Claw are the raw version, the same buff. Here we go, boys. The Bleak Swords. Are they gonna be viable? Kappa. Melee attack changed from 34 to 36. This is the usual thing we've been always complaining about. The Empire Swordsman being better than the Dark Elf counterpart. The Bleak Swords. The Bleak Swords got 2 more attack, 1 more charge, and 2 melee defense. This brings them closer to the Emperor Swordsman. Oh god, imagine I'm starting a Dark Elf campaigns and I'm starting using Bleak Swords to see, you know, if there's a noticeable difference. Elich, why are you using Bleak Swords? Didn't you say that the Red Spears are better? You didn't watch the patch notes, you idiot? You know, like, it's gonna happen. It's like, it's gonna happen. At least 5 people at least is gonna say such things. Two attack, 2 defense, and 1 charge bonus. White Lion's got a small buff like that, and it was noticeable. Heck, it was noticeable. So this is a small buff for the Bleak Swords. It might be enough to be noticeable, because they didn't buff the Red Spears. Oh, they did buff the Red Spears a bit. Oh, fuck Bleak Swords. Okay, moving on. Dark Shards. Leadership change from 44 to 56. Okay, so we have a KQ here ready. Okay. Bleak Sword, skip the multiplayer, boys. I guess it's gonna be okay for if they're in the garrisons. It's gonna be okay if it's in the garrisons. Leadership, so Darshad's got +2 leadership. Projectile calibration distance changed from 85 to 90. Projectile calibration area changed from 30 to 3.5 to 3.4. So what does this do? We can only guess. You forgot that Blixers have better weapons tank though? I'm not touching that one, guys. I'm not touching that one. Goddamn Booker. He's alive, guys. He's alive. Remember, guys, you use your early infantry to do damage. Dark shots don't exist. What's that 22? Can I zoom in? Sure. We can zoom in a bit. There you go. Better? I'm not sure what this means. I'm not sure what this means. Because this doesn't make any sense with the range. Maybe it's a change to lower their. I mean, it looks like it's a buff to hit a single target easier. It looks like me, they're gonna shoot, and how many of those projectiles is gonna be hitting area of the unit, which means it could be better against a group of units, but worse than against single unit. So the shields So the ones that you use in the campaign, pretty much, 2 more attack, 2 more defense. This looks like not just is gonna make them live longer if you know, they get hit in melee, but it's gonna be better in auto resolve. Dark Shard is already a powerful in auto resolve. Black Arc Corsairs, charge bonus change from 16 to 20. Yeah, that's what I needed. Well, what about the health changes? What about some more attack anti-infantry bonus? This unit is needing more health, more anti-infantry. It's like spare bones in the campaign. It's supposed to be their classic unit, you know, but it's such. It's not a military unit. It's like almost like you're gonna be sending commandos. You know, not doesn't have enough entities, enough health, enough stats to justify what it is, and it's not gonna change probably because of multiplayer. Black Arc Crusaders with handballs have 4 more charge and 4 more melee defense. Why they keep buffing ranged units with melee stuff? They're just gonna make them OP in the auto resolve. Dread Spears got 1 attack and 2 defense. I mean, guys, you know, if it was only this, we could go Kekwi, right? You know, okay, let's just. This is just Kekwi material, right? But both attack and defense is like +3 stats. It's like almost like a reasonable change. This makes the Dread Spears survive longer, so your Dark Shards can win the battle. Because the early game Dark Elves, your melee infantry is expendable until the Dark Shards get strong enough to just win every battle. You wanna replace your Dread Spears and then your melee infantry as fast as possible, the Blackguards and better. So having more defense to this unit makes them live longer, and your Dark Shards will have less trouble winning the battle. Because this unit has no damage, including the Black Swords. They just, the enemy has more than 50 armor, just can do shit, while the Dark Shards delete everything. Both's buff to the Bleak Swords and Dread Spears is a good buff for the garrisons. The Dark Elf garrisons are missing 1 or 2 units, so having higher stats on their units is better. But if everybody got the buffs as well, do they really get buffed? Shame they didn't put another unit in the Dark Elf garrisons. But then again, you know, there's a lot of these things, you know, even how many patch notes they make, there's always things that are in the game that they changed and it's not in the patch notes. Okay, let's see. Did they nerf the Noglin's Iron Breakers? Oh my god, they nerfed Iron Breakers. Why the fuck would you nerf Iron Breakers? Why not just increase the cost of them? Both in single player and multiplayer. It's a big nerf to the Iron Breakers. Noglin's Iron Breakers have lost 3 defense. They got more expensive, lost 3, about 10% of their damage on range, explosive. I mean, the Iron Breakers do have massive defense, so it will not be noticeable, but people using Iron Breakers in multiplayer? Huh? That's what I find strange. Iron Breakers have all crazy defense. This is a nerf definitely to the Iron Breakers, but it's actually more nerf to their explosions than their actual melee defense. Their melee defense is always some of the highest in the game. But the nerf to the explosion damage will be noticeable. to this thing here. This is one of the best units in the game, but you can only have one. Okay, Iron Breakers got nerfed, but it's not a really big deal. They are still Iron Breakers. Gromnel the White Dwarf. Leadership change 85 to 100. It's like unbreakable level of leadership. Melee defense change from 42 to 45. So it's more melee defense. He got additional 812 health. What the fuck? Additional 5 armor. He has unbreakable. Oh my god. He has unbreakable now as well. Fucking hell. There's like big buff for the White Dwarf. It's a big buff for the White Dwarf. I just love it how the White Dwarf gets such a big buff here. And what do we have on top? Kazrak. Look at this. Fucking man, multiplayer is it's like the difference between you know, what's good in single player and multiplayer is making the single player things overpowered while they're just trying hard to balance shit in the multiplayer. It shit makes no sense. Like giving this to White Dwarf while giving bare bones to Kazrak. Well, the Kazrak will be noticeable, but look at what White Dwarf gets. What the fuck? Again, dwarves are getting a massive buff here. The funny thing is, this Iron Breaker nerf is not even gonna do anything, because the moment you can afford Iron Breakers, you won the game, and nobody can defeat your army unless you're playing with 3 brain cells. My bad, 2 brain cells. But starting with these stats on the White Dwarf immediately is noticeable. Like, you have this guy from turn 1, and now has more defense and more health and more armor. And what's worse, when you have to fight the White Dwarf, he's now going to be fighting to the death, no routing anymore. So you have to deal with another Ungrim here. Speaking of Ungrim, let's see. One second. We've seen the changes to Ungrim Slayers. They lost 10 attack, but it's not really that big deal. It just, you know, feels weird, man. The Slayers still have incredible attack when playing the Slayer King. So Ungrim lost 5 attack, which is no big deal, has a massive attack. Melee defense changed from 4 to 50, so lost 5 attack but got 10 defense. That's a buff. That's significant. Base weapon damage, he lost 15, but he gained 25 armor piercing damage and more anti-large. That's a big buff to Ungrim. It's a big buff to Ungrim. Definitely a big buff to Ungrim. The AI Ungrim is gonna be a pain now. So what does this mean? So Ungrim, your Ungrim has 50 defense. The AI Ungrim has 60 defense. Let's enlarge, my bad. It's 5 less. Doesn't matter. 30 is massive. 30 is massive. 30 already anti-large is massive. This is buff to damage, and this is huge. Getting 10 more defense on Ungrim. Ungrim had a very high offense, so his pretty much weakness was defense. That's why I like his only weakness, defense and being on foot. But now having 50, it's a big deal. And it's 10% chance. 10% chance, and the fact you can make him perfect vigor, it's always 10% chance. Melee attack changed from 50 to 48, so Giant Slayers lost 2 attack. They lost 2 charge bonus, but they gained 4 defense. They gained 800 health. God damn! And they got more damage. God damn! This is the Giant Slayers got buffed. So lowering attack on the Ugin Armies for the Slayers, now it makes sense because you see the Giant Slayers here. They lost 2 attack and 2 charge, which is irrelevant, but gained 4 defense. They needed defense. And they gained 800 health. They didn't have 100 health. What the hell? They didn't have that much health. If the Giant Slayers had 100 health, this means the unit would have 8,000. This is not true. This is not true. So now they had 8,800 health, so they have more than what had... what was this number? Maybe they had like this. Let's see, divide by 80. They had 108 health. So this is a typo. They had about 108 before. I think this was the health of the Slayers before. So they got a buff of 2 egg health per entity. Because this is not true. So they did get more health, which is significant. It's not 10 health, it's just 2 health. But still good enough, and more damage. This is a buff to Giant Slayers.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Yoo-hoo! So Akron minus with the blasting charges got more charge bonus and less explosive damage. The regular minus they double their charge bonus. The hammer has got charge bonus buff, 6 more charge bonus. It's actually gonna be noticeable in the hammers. The Pig Gate Guard has 1 more AP, 1 less damage. The Longbeards have more charge. The Great Weapons Longbeards. Oh boy, here we go, boys. What do we have here? -2 leadership for the Brimstone Guns. Holy shit, it's gonna be so noticeable. Organ Guns lost 2 leadership. Well, why did they send in such a way when they said 1 more health for the other units? It does look like it's just 2 more health. Guys, I don't know how we're gonna play with our Brimstone Guns now. They're gonna get hit by a Hell Cannon, and gonna get hit by the Hell Cannon again, and again and again, and they're gonna rout. They can't take that extra hit anymore. Okay, guys, okay. You just double it for the day. Oh no, they nerfed the leadership in all the range units. Okay, cast. Let's go. Well, like a time we're missing the point, you know. So far they've been saying it the right way, how they've been saying it all these years, and all of a sudden they go with a different saying. Just shut up. Just shut up. Not sure who's worse, you or them. Rangers, leadership change from 60 to 60. Oh man, the Rangers got lost some leadership as well. But the Rangers, it might actually matter because they can actually do some melee. So most of the range units lost to leadership. Jarabum lost leadership. Flame Cannons lost leadership. So they just lowered. I mean, how do you come to a decision that you decide that you want to lower the leadership in all the ranged dwarves by 2? How do you come to a decision like this? Who is giving them this input? Because why is it gonna matter that flame cannons have 64 leadership over 66? The only way this is gonna be matter for artillery unit if it's like something like 44, not 64. If it was like 66 to like 44, it would matter. But 66 to 64, what? So basically, this might not even be 1 second longer when this unit gets hit by something hard in melee. If this unit gonna decide if they're gonna stand and fight or flee. Because if the artillery crew starts fleeing and the unit is not right fighting them, they're actually gonna take less damage because the chase mechanics are, you know, Pepega. Instead of this unit actually holding longer and fighting. So by this unit actually starting to rout earlier makes it worse for the player who wants to kill them. Because they start fleeing earlier, they might even come back earlier. Because the chasing mechanic for most units are suck. You want artillery units to fight into the death so they can't recover. You can't route the artillery crews with most units anyway, so the dwarves when you play against dwarves on legendary. Grudge throwers got a buff to the explosion damage. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, Grudge throwers already very effective. Look at this shit. 20% more base explosion damage and 5 more AP explosion damage. That's actually a nice buff to the Grudge thrower. And Grudge thrower is all this was very effective because you unlock it early. Bolt throwers had 75 leadership. Yeah, looks like a fuck up. Because all the artillery crews are supposed to have the same leadership. So they nerfed the leadership on pretty much all the dwarf range units. Well, most of them. Okay, here we go, boys. Summon the electro counts. Oh man, just what is this? 4 changes. They haven't fixed the campaign stuff, and now this. Maybe next year they're gonna fix those broken things they implemented. So the Empire rework works more than 70 turns. Halberdiers replace charge demons versus all with charge demons versus large attribute. Technology, I think, returns this to the unit. Karl Franz has increased the special attack from 5 to 8 on a Pegasus. God damn. I need to, consider putting my Karl Franz on a Pegasus. Okay, greenskins. What do we have here? Course changes, Mambo Jumbo. Black Orc Big Boss. Let's see. Huh? So they nerfed the shield on the Black Orc Big Boss on the pig. He lost 20% reduction. So I went from silver shield to copper shield. So weaker shield for the Black Orc Big Boss on a War Boar. But it has more distance to attack. Apparently is a Grom the Punch in the line here. Huh. I guess Grom the Punch has more range in melee now, from 5 to 8. So it looks like these two are connected. They've been increasing the melee weapon length range, for several things. Stone Trolls lost 5% missile resistance. Oh man. They never to the ground, Kappa. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is where you play cake quiz, guys. The Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers lost 4 hit points. Oh no. Multiplayer is nerfing a unit we never use anyways. Oh no. God damn. Let's keep him looped. So a unit we don't even use lost 4 hit points. I guess it's gonna be easy to kill when the AI uses them, right? When the AI is using this unit, it's just gonna make the AI worse. So this has been pretty much a nerf to the AI and nerf to the garrisons, because for some reason these units are in the garrisons. River Trolls got 2 more attack. I guess, sure. Savage Orc Boys begins knock ignore chance change from 15 to 0. Unclear what this is. Spider Hatchlings, melee building damage change from 5 to 10. Melee attack interval change from 3 to 4. So it looks like a buff to the Spider Hatchlings. Oh no! Forest Goblins Spider Riders got nerfed as well, lost 4 hit points. How are we gonna keep use these units in the single player now? This is basically just nerfs against the AI, because the AI is the only idiot who uses these units outside those multiplayer people. There's some of them in the garrisons, so it's a nerf to the garrisons as well. Oh my god. What have they done to Lava Spider Rider Archers? They butchered them. Butchered them. Fucking multiplayer, die already. Can I go play a proper game like StarCraft? What the hell? All these wannabes that fail at StarCraft, you know, they come to Total War thing, you know, they're good. So they can play Sunday tournaments for $300 prizes. They're not even in the multiplayer. What the fuck? What the shit, man? Do they any? No, these units are not easy to unlock. What? Did they fuck up? Melee attack changed from 22 to 15. Charge mode changed 22. This is like they just cut half the unit off. Look at this. They lost attack, they lost charge, they lost defense, and hell, this is a massive nerfs. 7, 8, 8, and even hit points. This unit got butchered. What the fuck? These units are not easy to unlock either. This is just stupid. I'm gonna take a bite of my sandwich while I contemplate this. This was actually a usable unit if you unlock them. If you unlock them, this was a usable unit. Now it's just butchered. From usable to shit, like the rest of the spiders. Those were in shit, yeah. Tell them, Kugis. They had pretty good stats. They had AP missiles. So they're riding lava spiders, but they're supposed to be used just in range. So why would you ride a lava spider if you just want to shoot stuff?
Oh,
Shit makes no sense.
God. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
That is a massive nerf. I don't think anything has been as butchered as this lately. This is a massive nerf. They lost 7% hit chance to hit. They lost 8 charge bonus, which adds their chance to hit and damage when they charge, and they lost 8% chance to evade attacks. On a unit like that, it's massive, and then there's a health nerf as well. So they're poop spiders, poop spider rider archers now, not longer lava spider archers. Poop Spider Rider Archers, name D today. No longer Lava Spider Rider Archers. The Swamp Thing's River Troll got to attack. It looks like just all the River Trolls got to attack. Arachnarok Spider says entity projectile intersection radius change from 80 to 90%. I'll just leave those with those, you know, smart devs to look into files to, you know, explain what this shit is. You there, Akatama? High Elves. Alariel the Radiant on Eagle. Lost 7 defense. Mount projectile intersection radius change from 130 to 120%. They could have, if they started using all this new word mumbo jumbo, they could at least explain what this means in one of these lines, so we can actually understand the also all the changes. It almost sounds like the hitbox is smaller. Anyways, it is the hitbox. Okay. Mount anti-radius changed from 1.8 to 2. And they made it larger or easier to hit in melee. I'm changed to the eagles again. Techless Arcane Phoenix lost all missile resistance, lost health, and the same change as the eagles. So the Techless on the Arcane Phoenix was nerfed. Who cares? This is all the one of the strongest lords in the game. Lost about 250 health and all the missile resistance. Missile resistance loss, this is significant. This doesn't really matter. So the natural missile resistance that lords have is lost when Techless goes on Arcane Phoenix. I guess this was only a good thing if you're cheesing a lot. So the Phoenixes lost some health. They should. The Arcane Phoenixes are crazy. Less health, that's justified. So all the birds got this thing changed, whatever it is. It's something related with the hitboxes, I think. Alistair the White Lion, a Sun Dragon, lost 5 charge bonus on a single anti-dragon, who cares, and gained 14 melee defense. Alistair the White Lion on a Star Dragon gained 4 attack, lost 5 charge and gained 5 defense. It's actually a big buff for the Star Dragon. The Star Dragons are already very good. Now it's even better than him. Alistair on the Dragon had very impressive stats, now it's even stronger. Well, the Sun Dragons have lower melee defense than the Star Dragons. The Star Dragons are the strongest dragons. Not only offense, but defense as well. So offense, toughness too. Archmage on an Elven Steed lost some charge bonus, gained health, and increased in armor. Archmage on Tinnock Chair got more health. The Moon Dragon, basically it's a Black Dragon, so it's the same thing. Black Dragons also gained 4 attack and lost 4 defense. Moon Dragon is the equivalent of a Black Dragon. So they made them pretty much identical in these stats. Kinda, sad that Black Dragon is just a copy of a Moon Dragon and nothing special over it. I guess they're just streamlining it in multiplayer. Malekith corrupts the dragons into black dragons, and they're basically just a carbon copy of a moon dragon without any other special stats. Kinda, immersion minus 10 points. Imrik on a Star Dragon got 4 attack and lost 4 defense. Oh god, they're balancing Imrik, guys. Prince Star Dragon. 4. Yeah, it's another 4 attacking for the defense change. So the dragons are more likely to hit and more likely to get hit. The Star Dragons are very tough. What do we have here? A Griffon got 2 attack and 4 defense on a Prince on a Griffon. Same thing for Dragon changes here. Prince on a Griffon got 2 defense. So Prince on a Griffon got 2 attack and 4 defense, while the Princess on a Griffon only got 2 defense. So it's all fair in the sex world. The Princess is a hybrid, while Prince is melee. So it makes sense for a melee lord to get buffed more in melee than a hybrid lord. It's no sexisms here, guys. It's all fair. Okay, this is all the same changes here. These are the special dragons. Also got changed with the same changes. Okay, I totally understand what this means, but moving on. Eltarion gained 2 attack. Nice. More offense to Eltarion on his special mount. And Tyrion, both on foot and horse, can now hit 8 targets. Time to get Sword of Cain, boys! Sold them up again, now that we can hit 3 extra targets! He had a lot of damage wasted with a Sword of Cain because of overkills. But if you have a Tyrion like this, and he can hit extra 3 targets, not only he's gonna be able to keep up now with the wizards when he's killing, but a lot of that damage is not gonna get wasted. Because Tyrion here takes longer to clear this field, because a lot of damage is just overkill, wasted damage. But he can hit more targets, a lot less damage is wasted. And now that he can actually get campaigned and never get tired, time to, you know, do another Tyrion the God campaign. Because it was a bug, you couldn't get campaigner back then. Now you can get a campaigner and hit 3 more targets. So Tyrion stronger than ever with Sword of Cain. Okay, Lizardman changes, let's see. Bastildon with the Arc of Sodic ability. Base Vortex damage 4 to 5. That's that thing that nobody uses. Projectile ablation area change from 2.5 to 3. Maybe it's the size of the circle when the projectile hits. Nakai the Wanderer got 8 more charge bonus and more health. So they buffed Nakai a bit. And Nakai should be even stronger than this. He's it's a little bit underwhelming for a potentially fun fighter lord regarding the bonuses he gets. You know, one thing is getting a big lord with big muscles and a big stick, and another thing is getting the lord that has all those stats in the skill tree, the right stats and the right items. Because the big lord, big muscles, big stick, you know, it's not gonna be a good one if it doesn't have all the skills, all the meta stuff to support it. And Nakai is missing all that meta stuff. Like Tyrion has all the meta stuff, Nakai just has the big muscle and big stick. Okay. Tic-tac-toe. They didn't fix any of the campaign, bad campaign stuff. No fixes to the Empire campaign stuff. No fixes to the campaign VAS stuff. No fix to Tic-tac-toe. No, that's just all been forgotten, waiting for a rework in 2037. It's not like, you know, this thing's supposed to be hotfixed last year, and now it's like, just give it a couple, you know, like 3 years, guys, it's coming. Tic-tac-toe got more charge bonus, has more melee range. Speed changes. Hard to say if they're for better or worse, but it looks like the numbers go bigger, so let's say it's better. So Ticker Toy is much faster and more weapon length, more charge. Drop Sphere of Tepak buffed the damage. That's the bombardment thing the flyers have. So they upgraded the bombardment of that. Now these things, guys, are actually going to register not just damage. We can just track the unit damage, but also will register kills properly. These have not been registering kills properly. So everybody who was talking, you know, Terran's poop, now can actually appreciate Terrans because they can measure, you know, how long their dick is. Melee weapon length, and so the Terrans got buffed with melee too. So it looks like some changes to Terrans as well. It looks like hitboxes. Melee defense changed from 24 to 22 on Chameleon Skinks. So Chameleon Skinks lost 2 melee defense, so they're easier to kill now. You're not gonna be reading the cost changes. Okay, here we go. Here we go, boys. Saurus changes. Saurus spears with shields. Base weapon damage changed from 30 to 29. Armor piece weapon damage changed from 12 to 13. So melee bonus versus large change to 15 to 16. So they get more armor piercing damage, which is better to have more armor piercing damage than regular damage. So they got more damage, and they have more anti-large. So a buff to the Saurus spears. It's like a 1% buff, really, but like +1 melee attack, but it's buff nonetheless. It's like a +2 buff, okay? They got a +2, not a +1, not a Kekwi material, so just +2 buff. The regular Saurus spear is the same. The special one the same. Reproductive riders got more health. That's good. That's good. More health for reproductive riders, more toughness. Reproductive riders have ridiculous damage against infantry, but they're a little bit squishy. Okay. Norska actually got some changes, guys. Let's see. Wolfric on foot and horse can hit more targets. And that's it. I guess the Wolfric in the first few battles is gonna be a little bit stronger. Ice Trolls. Melee splash attack max target change from 3 to 4. Ooh. The Ice Trolls can hit more things now. That actually is a nice buff to the Ice Trolls. But still not the reason enough to play the shit faction. Berserkers. Knock, ignore, change from him to 0. Now this looks like the changes they were talking about in the first part. So the less things get knocked around. Having monstrous infantry be able to hit more targets, it's a big deal. I wonder what this number is on Minotaurs, but I feel like the Minotaurs always had the highest stat on this. Ice Trolls might have been just forgotten at the time. So they might be just brought closer to Minotaurs. So them be able to hit more targets is a big deal. Especially when they have to hit kill a unit of swordsmen or any melee infantry. They're gonna just kill it much faster with this. Which also means they're gonna get lose less vigor by killing this, chaff units that have a lot of antis. Damage divided enemies by on repeated hits, hitting more targets is better. They have massive damage, and with massive damage, these are trolls. You know, trolls have a lot of damage. So when they are attacking infantry units, a lot of this damage is just wasted. The Ice Trolls have enough damage to one-shot Chosen on a hit. So in Chosen there are 80 of them. After a couple of hits, damage is getting wasted. And especially going to be on units like Swordsman, Graveguard, anything lower tier. So killing the trash units faster is good. Lose less vigor, less time. Feral Manticore. Has no force penalties anymore. Okay. Melee weapon length, so it has a more range. And yeah. Marauder's great weapons got +1 charge. That's it. Skaven Slave Spears got nerfed. Fucking hell, man. They lowered the attack on the melee Skaven Slave Spears by 1. Jesus. Good thing they're using their times appropriately. Imagine nerfing Skaven Slave Spears instead of fixing the broken stuff with the Empire. Imagine. Imagine nerfing Vampire counts and not balancing the Empire. Just imagine. Wait about 3-4 weeks till Reddit wakes up and see what how they fucked up the Vampires. They're too busy playing the Empire campaigns right now. Skaven Slaves lost 2 defense. What in the shit, man? Why nerfing Skaven Slaves? They're trash already. Fucking hell, the clan rats are the Skaven Slaves in the campaign. This is, you know, smells of the stinky multiplayer. I mean, nerfing Skaven Slaves. We don't even use Skaven Slaves. What the hell, man? It's like... The Skaven Slave Slingers. Oh, God. The Skaven Slave Slinger meta is gonna die. I tried to use the AI tactics in my last Clan Wars campaign. Now they lost 1 defense. They're gonna be worse in auto-resolve. You know, this is a meme, guys. The only time the Skaven Slave Slingers will actually do something if you're favored in auto-resolve. If you're not favored in auto-resolve, they don't give you that favor in auto-resolve. So if you're favored in auto-resolve, the Skaven Slingers perform. But if you're not favored in auto-resolve, as in you get attacked, you did not ambush, the Skaven Slingers nothing, one of the worthless units in the game. But if you are favored in auto-resolve, the Skaven Slingers overperform. Only if you're favored, so only if you're ambushed and the rest of the army supports the balance of power in your favor. But if you're not favored, the Skaven Slave Slinger will not improve balance of power. They will just do the kills if you're favored. So if people don't understand what is up with the Skaven Slave Slingers. Warlord Bombbreaker. Charge bonus changed from 50 to 55. You got more health, another 600 health, and 5 more charge bonus. They buffed the Warlord with more health and more charge bonus. Warlords are just not good enough, and this is not good enough a change to start using them. So more mass changes. They did the mass changes on foot for pretty much everything. Okay, let's see. Quick Head Taker. 3 more attack, 1 more defense, and can hit an extra target. Oh, nice. Quick is a fun fighter lord, and getting him buffed is nice. He has an impressive performance already in melee, now even better. He's gonna kill shit infantry faster, and he's gonna be having a higher chance to hit and higher chance to avoid getting hit. So this is nice. Quick, strong. But they haven't buffed Tretch here. I guess Tretch has already high stats kappa. Quick has double the performance of Tretch, by the way. And they buff Quick and not Tretch. Okay, let's see. Tomb Kings. Cetra the Imperishable on the Pleb Warspings. 4 more attack and lost 4 defense. So they made the big stuff have more attack but lose defense across the table from the looks of it.
Holy shit! What the hell?
Hey, Rox. So the big stuff lost defense and gained attack. Okay, the Necrosphinx, let's see. They buffed the attack on Necrosphinx by 3 and lower defense by 3. The Sphinx of Usek. Melee attack changed from 36 to 61, so the big one got even more. I guess this is a special one and should get even more attack. 5 attack. Well, this one is definitely gonna be much better now. Decision if you're gonna be getting a building to build a Necrosphinx, Cambrian War Sphinx, or a Hero Titan, it's the main main factor in which one you're gonna get. Of course, some units, you know, just cool to look at. You know, picking a Hero Titan might be the best option because it's the most versatile. But the specialized ones are not bad either. So no matter which one tier 5 you pick, it's good. Hero Titan gets ward saves, so it's really hard to kill. The Skeleton Horseman got 1 more armor-piercing damage. Khalida on foot can hit 2 more targets. High Queen Khalida on the Necro Serpent has 20 more armor and can hit 2 more targets. This is the stuff, probably one of the best stuff in the unit changes that we've seen. A lot of lords can now hit more targets, and this is critical on ultra scale because there's a lot more entities. It's really different if you're hitting 90 or 120 and we can hit 4 or 6 targets. Some of these lords get very high damage later in the campaign, and they're still getting slowed down, bogged down by killing some trash units. If they can hit a lot more targets, a lot more damage gets wasted. This is more optimal, more effective at killing trash units. Some of these lords, when they get super buffed and if they don't have a big mount, they're just not very effective at killing. They have the stats, but they're just too slow to deal all their damage because they are limited how many targets they can hit. At least the devs have recognized that these lords should be able to hit more targets, not just for ultra scale, but it makes sense for the large scale as well. So they do not get bogged down by a trash unit and waste all their performance. So these are great changes that affect a lot of these lords can now hit more targets. Especially on ultra scale. This is huge for the ultra scale for some of these lords. Vampire Coast. Oh, what is this? The wall of text for the Vampire Coast. Animated Hulks get 2 more attack. They run faster. Charge speed, charge faster. Huh? So, animated Hulks. I heard that the Vampire Coast is one of the strongest faction in multiplayer. So any changes to the Vampire Coast are multiplayer related. I mean, we did say that the unit balance changes, you should read this multiplayer balance changes instead. But the fact that they changed the splash attack max attacks, it's actually a big deal for campaign as well. People playing on ultra scale. Zombie pirate gunnery mob pistols. So what happened here? Number of men, you mean zombies, changed from 160 to 120. So they lost pretty much 1 level of scaling. So they got downgraded in size. They did get buffed on the attack. They got more health. They reload faster. Look more accurate from the looks of it. More damage. So they basically made them higher quality. So instead of having 160 below average shooters, you now have 120 average shooters. Same for the bombers. So it looks like they made the zombies from below average, big size, to average, regular size. 160 zombies in the units was awkward for some of the units, especially the range ones. That was tough to balance, but they're still slow. The biggest issue with these units is that they're slow for the campaign, so you want to get rid of them as soon as possible with better units. I wish the zombie units would have more speed. Zombie unit having 23 or 26 speed, you know, should not make any really that huge difference. Keeping it at 23 speed just isn't right. So it looks like below average to average and the size change. So what do we have on Depth Guard here? 1 more melee attack, 5 charge bonus, 3 defense, and 20 more mass. Ooh, damn, that Depth Guard got a nice buff. Depth Guard are the elite of the elite. They're supposed to be like Black Orc's chosen tier elite unit. But due to their small size, they're really vulnerable to range. But when they get in melee, they just kill everything. Depth Guard polearms. Got 7 more attack, what the fuck? That's massive. 10 more charge bonus. They lost 3 defense. Got more damage, less anti-large. So 7 more attack on Depth Guard polearms, they're gonna make them crazy versatile. But like I said, Depth Guard are weak to range. You just focus them with the range and you counter them. If they get into melee, well, some units gonna get fucked. These are vampires with impressive stats. They hunger, so they're gonna get healed just by being in melee. So this makes the Depth Guard polearms more versatile. Not just against the large, but overall. They did lose some anti-large. They had all the massive anti-large. They're more effective at killing large and chosen halberdiers. Just due to their more elite status. I wonder if the Depth Guard is supposed to be the chosen supposed to be more like the Depth Guard considering the stats. Because you know, having chosen being less elite than the Depth Guard, it feels a little bit weird. Meaning there are less entities in the unit, but with higher stats. So the region will now go change as well. Luther Harkon on foot. Ammunition primary weapon change from 50 to 30. So he lost 20 ammo. He has a gun and a sword on foot. His range attack is not very relevant. It's pretty random. Melee splash attack, max attack, so you get 1 more target to hit. He lost also ammo on Terra, guys. This is not really relevant. A small buff when he's on foot. Vampire counts, oh boy. Remember guys, Death Pact. So a lot of cost changes. Vlad von Karsten, here we go. Vlad the Sergeant, the Drill Sergeant, the Bench Warmer. Charge bonus change from 28 to 35. Base weapon, oh fucking finally. Vlad is finally gonna do armor piercing damage. Vlad is finally gonna do some damage. No longer warming the bench, drilling the boys. Okay, Vlad actually will do damage now. Not just bullying swordsmen in the early game, but actually doing some damage in the later game. And also gets terror. So a nice buff to Vlad. +5 leadership for Elich. Devils or Schwarzhafen, this is the Vargeist Regiment of Renown. They lower their base weapon damage by a lot and increase their armor piercing weapon damage by a lot. This is a massive buff to the Vargeists. The Vargeists are already one of the best Vampire Counts units, and now they become armor piercing. Well, if you don't understand what this means, they basically converted his base weapon damage into armor-piercing weapon damage, effectively doubled his damage. So Vlad has pretty much double damage now. So looks like they made Vargas armor-piercing. That is huge. The Vargas got buffed a couple of times. They started as squishy damage dealers, they turned into squishy crazy damage dealers, and now they are squishy nukes, really. If you know how to use Vargas, they can win you every battle. They just bully the walls and a lot of unit types. That is another massive change for Vargas, and they did increase their chance. They were hitting more targets before.
Holy shit! What the hell?
So they basically doubled the damage on the Vargas because they just converted damage. The Vargas had very high damage plus the Frenzy. I guess the Frenzy is gonna be a little bit weak because they have now more armor piercing damage, but it doesn't matter. This is almost a double damage for Vargas. So basically they'll kill great swords nearly twice as fast. Does that make them better than the largest Terrorgeist? Well, a fully buffed Vargas is always gonna outdamage the Terrorgeist, but the Terrorgeist has toughness, which Vargas don't have. And toughness against large is more important than having very high damage. But yeah, the Vargas are gonna be out of control in single player now, for sure. They were already out of control in single player. Master the use of Vargas and you can bull the Empire. It's like Vampire counts now are so behind the Empire, you literally have to spam Vargas just to keep up. Hey guys!
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit!
Welcome back, Foster. I'm a little bit better now that I see some other changes. This Vargas change almost makes the Dark Pact change, you know, a little bit less hurtful, but what about the Skeletons, Warriors? What about the Graveguard? What about the 4th Leadership Terrorgeist and the 4th Leadership Vargulf? So Red Duke, they doubled his splash attacks. And Red Duke could only hit 4 targets before. Forsaken got 2 more base weapon damage. Ooh, what do we have here? They buffed the aspiring champions. Oh man, it took them forever. Finally, this is actually what I wanted from these guys. They gave more health, more damage. Aspiring champions definitely might be worth considering now over the Chaos Warriors. At least a mix. I think Vlad can hit between 4 and 6 targets. Not exactly, don't know exact number. So Aspiring Champions is a small size unit, probably the smallest infinite size unit. They're basically a pack of kind of like almost hero-like entities, but they didn't have enough health to support them over stuff like Chaos Warriors or the Chosen in the campaign. Now that they have more health, they actually might be better than the Chaos Warriors. The issue still exists, their battle skills are not as convenient as the Chaos Warrior ones. This is probably going to be the main factor of not using the Aspiring Champions or something better really.
What the hell?
I Am Falling Asleep. Is this a 4-part series romantic novel from the 1300s? Draught when?
Hey Scotty, that's you, I know. You're patient to start the campaign. Do you know I have a raid at 8 p.m.? Where were we? No forest penalty for the Chaos Trial Manticore. And more range. Blood has 8 targets per stack. Okay, that makes sense. So with Armor Piercing now it's gonna be even better. I'm definitely not streaming the raid today's royalty for obvious reasons. Thank you, Runescape. I see they buffed Kazrak. Elich, are you ready? I mean, I wouldn't mind checking Kazrak with more splash attack. So the regular Chosen has 2 more damage. So they just buffed 2 more damage on the regular Chosen. Nice. Just nice buff to the Chosen, 2 more damage. Kolek Sun Eater, here we go. He got 6 more attack, but lost 6 defense. Huh. He already had enough attack. This makes him a little bit weaker as the one-man army. They did the same change for the Shagots, but they did changes regarding some of this stuff. So the infantry has a more chance against large. Basically, if you don't understand all these things and what effect we were reading, well, read this update as all infantry is now better at fighting a large. While the large still has a good chance to hit them, they'll be easier overcome by mass infantry. So everybody got a little bit anti-large in the game now. How this is gonna be in the game? Well, on the paper it says that they buffed everybody against large. How it's gonna be in the game, we're gonna have to see. Kolek is one of the entities that can hit the most targets, most damage, most targets. Makes him one of the highest damage dealers on a single target, on a single entity. Prince Sigvald the Magnificent. They gave him 10 more leadership. Last 90 leadership was not enough, huh? Oh my god. 8 targets now for the prince. Hands up. He can now go 1 versus 8 in a single hit. Perfect vigor. Oh my god. Okay, no armor piercing, but we perfect vigor and double the splash attacks. That's huge. That is huge. But it's gonna be pain to unlock now, because he's no longer good as a starting lord. They ruined his faction effects. Archeon used to have the worst faction effect, now he has the best. So Sigvald is no longer the best starting lord, or not even considered as an option if you ask me. Unless you're really crippled by those starting units. Archeon is the way to go now, if you want to have the strongest chaos. You start with Archeon, but Prince is a pain in the ass to unlock. So you have to work to unlock the Prince. This thing here, definitely interested to see how he performs in melee now. Double the targets and perfect vigor, that's big. That's big. Chaos Warriors Halberds got 4 more melee defense. Chosen Halberds got 2 more defense. Damn. Nice. Chaos Marauders, who the fuck cares about Chaos Marauders? Okay, let's see what else. Glade Lord leadership change from 70 to 75. So the standard Elf Lord got 5 more leadership. Elven Steed, same leadership buff. So when a Glade Lord or Elven Steed in the forest gets 50% more melee defense and 50% more accuracy in forests. as the Vanguard as well. Same eagle changes here as well, and it also has a firing arc change. 360 now. The Gladiator Lord has multiple mounts. Ultimate one being the Forest Dragon. Looks like what?
Oh my god. Have you seen that
Hold
shit?
on, hold on, hold on.
Shit. What the hell?
Hold on, hold on. Are you telling me the Durtu before was getting penalties in the trees? Or didn't get buffed in the trees? And now he does get the buffs in the trees? Okay, let's not so that. Let's move on. Spell Singer on foot. More charge, more mass. Entity height change from 1.5 to 2.6. Huh? Is she now a big girl? That's what is what? They made the Spell Singer bigger, but they left the Chaos horses the same. I'm glad they have their priorities straight. Archaeon riding a pony and the Chaos Knights riding ponies, but they increase the height of Spell Singer. Now that's like, glad to know where the priorities are. Thanks, Rollty. Spell Singer on Unicorn looks like similar changes as the Fey Enchantress. Its height, so it's flying. You think it's gonna be how she's like levitating now? You could be right. This could be how far she's off the ground. Because the Spell Singers are levitating, right? They're levitating, right? They're schemers, right? Okay, same thing here for the Spell Singer on Eagles. Same for the Great Eagle for the Wood Elves. Let's see what Orion has. Orion has gained 20 physical resistance but lost missile resistance. Oh man, Orion got toughness now. 20 physical resistance but lost missile resistance. That's actually a very nice change. Looks like he's running faster. He can fire while moving and reloads even faster. Looks like a nice buff to Orion. Orion is already a big monster. Very versatile and has like a little bit of everything. And now got even tougher with a little bit more versatility with range. Tricky, let's see. Oh, what is this? 5 melee defense lost. Ah, who cares? Tricky is one of the toughest units in the game. Base weapon damage changed from 40 to 60. Arm piercing weapon damage changed from 18 to 26. Holy shit, the Tricky got damage now. This is one of the toughest units in the game, but they had one of the worst damage in the game, considering monsters infantry. But that's actually a big damage change for the Trikian. Big damage. Look at this, 4 to 60 weapon damage, 8 to 26 armor piercing damage, and it can hit actually 3 targets now. They went from one of the worst attackers in the game to a very good attacker. And at the cost of 5 melee defense. Who cares about 5 melee defense? This will make a Durtu campaign way more fun. This is like one of the main units for the Durtu. This is a huge buff for Trikian. Very nice. What do we have here? Fireblock Elder Trikian. So the Regiment of Renown, the nonsense one, got one more attack, lost 5 defense, and the same damage change. No boss for the Tree Man, feels bad man. But tricky, this is huge. This is huge. Let's see the Dryads. Dryads got +1 defense, thanks multiplayer. And a little bit faster from the looks of it. Branch rate got a little bit faster. They nerfed the accuracy in the Wave Watchers. What? I guess they want people to spam the less Wave Watchers. It's gonna still spam big range, you know, because they don't know how to play the game otherwise. The Wave Watchers nerf this is like irrelevant really. When they get rank 9, this is not even gonna be noticeable, and they get rank 9 fast. Have massive damage and they level up fast, so accuracy change only matters on rank 0, which is multiplayer, right? Most of the time you use a multiplayer like rank 0, right? The accuracy difference between rank 0 and rank 9, it turns them from, NA aim to snipers. As the unit gets experience, it gets super accurate. So base accuracy only matters for multiplayer. I actually tell you what this does. Projectile calibration area change 4.5 to 4.2 increased accuracy. I think this is at where the projectile is gonna hit, so they're gonna hit in a smaller area. Wonder if this means they're gonna be worse against infantry but better against large. Some of the projectiles always get wasted because the entities get overkilled by the archer unit. Like for example, Spider Rider archers shooting all 60 arrows in a single Emperor Knight, and half of the damage is wasted. It does look like a lot of these large Wood Elf units did not receive Wood Elf bonuses before. They should have just been really quiet about these changes. Just put, stuff like this you don't put in the patch notes. You just don't put in the patch notes. I'm sorry, but stuff like this it's better not said out loud. Not even read out loud. Just don't put stuff like this in patch notes. It looks like they created a new criteria for this, and this either tells me they put them in a separate category, or it did not work before, so they had actually no bonuses as the Wood Elves in the trees. So either case, just ground statistic. Okay, so Wild Riders have more range in melee. God damn! Wild Riders are some of the most effective chasers killers in the game, and they gave them more range. It's interesting, they only buffed the regular unit, not the Regiment of Renown. Maybe the Regiment of Renown already had it, and they forgot about the regular unit. Just 1 second, guys. 1 second. Yeah, you have to take go to Total War Access to get the captain. So if you have not registered, you go to Total War Access, register there, and then you have to claim the content. Keep in mind that these things on release day could take a little bit of time, so be patient. So if you haven't claimed like the Cache Prep Spider Shrine before, the Glade Captain is a new thing. So this is taking work to claim. So just give it some time. A lot of people might be trying to claim it. Hawk Riders have a firing arc now of 360. Damn. Now any Pepega can use this unit. They were actually a little bit tricky to get the shots and to know where to send them into melee. With 360, just, you know, I just send them in, let them just fire at will, and just, you know, that's how it works. You don't even have to specifically target the units now, you can just basically keep them from afar. This makes the unit really easy to use. Okay, let's see. Abilities. Menace below. Wind up time change from 1 to 5. Does this mean it takes longer for the reds to get out of the hole? I don't know, Souls of Sharpty wind up time change from 5 to 10. Does this mean you're gonna lose 4 to 5 seconds for the wind up time from the summon unit time bullshit as well? Axe of Dargo. Remove the recharge in melee condition. Recharge time change from 15 to 20 seconds. Duration from 6 to 29 seconds. It still doesn't have a perfect figure. Forge it is. Gitsnik. Remove recharge in melee condition. Recharge time change from 15 to 120 seconds. So these are, you know, kind of like buffs and the changes how it recharges. So instead of just being in melee, it will recharge on 2 minutes. It's just a change. It's not even a buff or a nerf. They just changed it. So it means basically that instead of the reds coming outside the hole in 1 second, it's gonna take them 5 seconds to come out. So you have more time to respond, and it's a little bit less, you know, punishing. It's actually gonna be nice to keep an eye on those sharp doesn't kill everything when they spawn their artillery. Hellfire Sword. The removed recharge in melee condition duration changed from 50 to 42 seconds. So they removed the recharge in melee conditions on everything, and they changed the durations. I wonder, you know, why they did this again. This is a change again to pretty much the old system, I think. War Dancer dance ability, Storm Blade, Shadow's Coil, Woven Mist. Change to toggle senses, duration from 30 to infinite. So they're no longer just, you know, ability that will last for a short time. Instead, basically just a change like a stance, and it works all the time. I like this change. I like this change. More units should have stuff like this. There should probably be stuff like this on the Graveguard, Swordsman, Bleak Swords, where they get
Oh my God.
shield boost
Have you seen that
at the
shit?
cost of speed.
Holy shit.
That's how you do it.
What the hell?
Just toggle like a loss of half the speed, but give them like golden shields. Same for the Longbeards, Iron Breakers, and any shield unit. They could milk a lot of stuff with the stance toggling. Maybe this is the start of it. Thank you, Nerfy. So the Skazrak's weapon also got changed. Less duration, they removed poison. They remove the attack, defense. Instead, they add anti-infantry and damage and more splash attack power. So they changed the Skazrak's weapon. I think Kolek hits the most targets of all. It's something big. Oh, look at that! They actually buffed Kazark with a proper armor. They used to have 30 armor, 25 magic resist. Now he gets 10% ward save. Call hit 7 targets, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of targets. Ending over 6 is a lot. So Kazark is definitely got buffed nicely. One Karsten ring changed to unlimited uses, and ward save dropped to 66%. What's the cooldown on the ring? This is actually a nice change to the ring, I think. Grombrindal has no fear. Radius from map wide to 55 meter radius, so they nerfed this ability, and they also made the give melee defense. Also lower duration by 8 seconds. This is actually better for the player, but worse for the AI. Because that ability could have made the dwarves fight a little bit longer so that they do a little bit more damage. This is better. 55 meter radius plus 24 melee defense for 24 seconds. What the fuck? Unbreakable? Who gives a shit about Unbreakable? This is actually wow. $55 meters, that's like the largest radius other than the map wide. 24 melee defense for all the units, I think. A Rune of Oath and Steel now targets friendly units and affects units around the target as a casting range of 200 meters. Isn't that the passive? The armor around the runesmith. Now you can target it put it on a unit, and it will buff that unit and all the units around. So the runesmith no longer has to be in the middle of the units. He can now cast the rune on a group of units, which is a nice change, especially for the slayers, because you can just cast it on a group of slayers, right? Don't have to keep the runesmith together with the slayers. Rune negation, the same change. Ooh, these are actually nice changes. Nice changes, wow. The runesmiths are gonna be even more useful. Before you had to have the runesmith in the group of units, now the runesmith will just use the rune on a group of units. It's nice stuff. They nerfed restore, they actually buffed restore, 20 to 24 seconds. So the Necrotect heal on constructs got 4 more second duration. Osmo Runefang got range. Okay, Miscast changes for us some abilities. It's doubled. Those are the items that increase the miscast chance of the enemy casters. It doesn't do anything against the AI, but it's more like multiplayer abilities. Doubling them increases the chance of the enemy casters taking a little bit damage. Kinda irrelevant in single player. Yeah, all the chances for the miscast on these items. The Sigor now is a little bit more irritating when you're casting spells. So basically, having a Sigor on the battlefield, the Soul Eater, will make the enemy casters take miscast damage more often. Way more often now. Yeah. Some various changes here. This is big here. Remove minimum casting range from all spells except for magic missiles. This is huge. This is huge. So you can cast the big stuff on top of the caster. This is has a nice potential for cheesing. Cheese. Okay. What else is here? Winds of Magic cost from 14 to 18. Oh no, the Manticores are more expensive. You guys cast those spells? I just casted, so people tell me, Elich, you boring fuck, you never cast all the cool spells. You know, I saw that guy cast in multiplayer and it looks so cool have a flying Manticore around. So yeah, more expensive cost on the casting in this Manticore thingy. So it looks like they increased the cost on all the summon spells. Thanks, multiplayer. Well, this two actually, these two actually matter in single player. But the Skaven can stack so much magic power that it's only gonna matter in the early game. Because the Plague Priests provide you with a melee units. You don't use melee units with the Skaven really when you progress a certain stage. You just use Vermintide and Pestilent Bird and the Dread 13. The Burning Head base vortex damage from 24 to 14. Vortex area is 57. I don't know what this means. Does this mean they lowered the damage but increased the size of it and the duration? So it's just bigger, less damage. So this looks like it looks like they nerfed the Burning Head. Oh man, they nerfed the Pendulum as well. Thanks, multiplayer. They nerfed the Sea Fang. God damn it, man, why nerf Sea Fang? What the hell? How will those special Pepegas who play this faction even now play it? This is it, boys. This is it. We've done it. It's at the bottom of it now. Bottom of it. We're gonna check some of the faction stuff on the next video. See what else is new. It's now 6 p.m. I'm actually have something to do at 7:30 p.m. So we can check some other stuff in the game now when the game updates. And we'll be starting probably a campaign around 11 p.m. which is in about 5 hours. We'll go check some changes in the game now. I'll see you guys shortly. Something to do, yes, it's a raid in WoW. Yes, KV all day you want. I'm going. You can't stop me.